The Barzak Circus is proud to present the only man to do the plunge, somersault, top by the feet, the great Wolensky. Louder than applause. Ladies and gentlemen, we direct your attention high above the center ring. The great Wolensky.
Will you hurry up?
Shut up, this isn't easy.
Get an ambulance.
He's not dead, thank God for Gypsy luck.
We can't depend on Gypsy luck anymore, Pop. We gotta do something. We have to call the police.
No, I handle this myself.
Pop, you're gonna lose the circus.
No police.
Angels, the Barzak Circus has been plagued by these accidents for several weeks. There have been mechanical failures. Dangerous animals have somehow gotten out of their cages at night.
Just what I always wanted, a tiger in my tent.
Charlie, if the accidents weren't accidents, why no police?
The owner, Janos Barzak, is, believe it or not, a genuine gypsy. It seems they have a code of honor. They prefer to solve their own problems. But our client, David Barzak, Janos' son, has reason to believe that whatever's going on is too big for mere gypsies to handle.
Do you have any idea what is going on, Charlie?
Well, possibly one of the big circus combines is trying to swallow up the Barzak operation, keep it from opening the new season.
What, cut down on the competition?
It's only a theory, Sabrina.
And what complicates matters is that Barzak is known to be a shrewd businessman.
Or, as Sister Jill would say, he stepped on a few toes.
More than a few.
We've worked out covers for all of you. Bosley will fill you in.
Charlie, would you run a computer check on all the big circus combines? Find out which one is being hurt financially by the Barzaks.
It's already in the works, Kelly.
Charlie, what's that whistling sound?
That's a model train, Kelly. The history of railroading has always fascinated me. I'm doing a little research.
You're hitting the old books again, huh, Charlie?
Well, actually, I'm working with a tutor.
A historian?
Well, sort of an engineer. Name of Casey.
Jones?
Bakulenikov.
Feminine gender, Mr. Townsend.
Sabrina, how did you guess?
It has been said that at times you have a one-track mind, Charlie.
By the way, don't worry about your cover stories. Historically, circus people never ask many questions. Except my father.
Well, this is the first time I've ever gone on a job where I was undercover from one of the clients.
I'm really sorry about that. It's just that he would really be upset if he thought I brought in outside help. And especially since you're all...
Women? Oh, very 19th century.
19th century. No, 18th century. You're in for a big surprise. Where do you meet my father?
Oh, but you're not anything like him.
Well, let's say I'm an updated gypsy. I like these kind of clothes. I like liberated women. And I also fix a terrific chicken Kiev.
Huh?
Gypsy style.
Well, I love chicken Kiev. What's gypsy style?
Well, first you steal a chicken. Then...
All right, lady, move it.
You move it, Turkey. We were here first.
Maybe we should move it.
He thinks he can push me around just because I'm a woman. No way.
Look, lady, you better back off before I break your boyfriend's legs.
You think he's afraid of you?
As a matter of fact,
What do you think we should do now?
I think you should scream. As a matter of fact, if you don't, I will.
All right, hold it. That's enough. She started it, and I'm stopping it. Who are you? What do you want?
I'm looking for a job.
Job? Doing what?
My act. I'm Go-Go Garrett.
Go-Go.
She jumps over things on her motorcycle.
Oh, I don't hire no woman to do motorcycle stunt.
You have something against women?
No, as long as they wear skirts and stay in kitchen where they belong. Now, don't waste my time.
Listen, how'd you like a swift kick in the shins?
You know, if you risk as much with your motorcycle as you do with your mouth, that should be interesting to watch.
So give me a try.
What have we got to lose? All right, you set up your stunt. Reed, Otis, you help her.
Me help her?
You heard what I said?
I'll move the truck.
You remind me so much of Nadia, my niece.
I've wanted to be a clown ever since I was a little girl.
A clown bleeds grease paint and breathes sawdust. But the tears he cries are little bits of his heart. My grandfather used to tell me that when I was a little boy. It's true. I tell it to all my apprentices.
Does that mean you'll take me on?
Janos doesn't pay very well, even for a master mime such as myself.
I'll talk to my dad. Listen, I have a couple of new acts to check on. I'll see you in a while.
I don't care about the money. I just want to be a clown.
Then I'm sure Janos will hire you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, your name is Chris Monroe, and you want a job too, huh?
You got it.
What do you do?
I'm doing it.
Doing what?
Posing. I'm a showgirl. I could be a terrific ringmaster's assistant.
I am the ringmaster, and I work alone, and I have enough showgirls.
Well, maybe I could ride an elephant or hang from the high wire by my teeth. I learn real fast and I have great gums.
Gums?
Well, yeah, what good are strong teeth if your gums cave in, right? Oh, please, I really need this job. I mean, like, so I can keep on eating.
Maybe I have position for a girl with your talents. Yes, come. Don't worry. He is very good. Helmut. Yeah. Helmut, I think I have found you an assistant.
Fräulein. Pleased to meet you, Miss...
Chris Monroe.
Miss Monroe. I would be much pleased to throw my knives at you.
His English is not very good, but you get the point. You still want the job.
Well, yeah. I'd like to make one phone call first. I'd like to call my mom. She might be able to collect double indemnity if I come out of this with a split personality.
As you wish. Well, now, I must continue my work. Hey, how'd it go?
Well, you're looking at the new apprentice mime.
Great. Tarloff liked you?
Well, he didn't throw rocks.
You know, he was one of the finest mimes in Europe. Spent most of his life behind the Iron Curtain, so he's not so well known here.
He's a very sweet man.
Oh, by the way, Chris got herself hired as assistant to the knife thrower.
Doing what?
He throws knives at her.
You're kidding.
Don't worry, he's great. He never misses.
You mean he never hits?
Right, never hits.
Okay. How are Kelly and Bosley doing?
Not so easy. My pop decided to test her.
Okay, fellas, I'm gonna go over and get them now, so you guys make one last check and just be certain that nothing's loose, okay?
Yeah. Hey, we get rid of Walensky and 3 new acts show up.
Well, maybe the old man hired them, but they haven't performed yet.
Yeah. You think maybe we could make them change their minds?
We can try. Let's make a few adjustments.
You sure? I'm okay.
Maybe we should call the doctor.
I'm okay, really. Don't worry.
Well, I worry about my insurance premiums. Why you bring defective equipment to my circus?
There was nothing wrong with the equipment.
You check the ramp before you make the run?
Of course I checked it. Look, I don't need this. Put the things back in the truck.
Right.
We're getting out of here.
Wait a minute, you can't leave.
Watch me.
What about the job? Don't you want it?
You saying I got it?
You still want it?
I want it.
All right. All right, you got it. One thing. You check the ramp next time, huh?
And some of the clamps that hold the ramp section together were loosened.
Anybody help you set it up?
Yeah, a couple of workers from the circus. Otis and Reed.
What about them?
Very possible.
But why?
I don't know.
We better have Charlie run a check on him.
Yeah, well, I already put a call in, and Charlie is worried. Too many things around here to go wrong. Kelly was just lucky.
Does Charlie think we should pull out?
Well, he said we can if we think it's too rough.
Well, I'm for staying. I've got a score to settle with those two.
We took the job. Besides, I don't want to disappoint David.
Oh, like that crazy son of a gypsy, do you?
Cooks me chicken Kiev.
Oh.
And let's not forget about all those people that'll be out of a job if the circus goes under.
Okay, it's unanimous then. I'll stay too. My mama didn't raise no quitters neither.
Here, have a grape.
Thanks.
Chris.
Yeah?
Hey, who's that?
That's the executioner.
The who?
My boss, the knife thrower.
Well, he was looking at you very suspiciously.
Maybe he's measuring me for a new knife.
Hi, cutie.
Hello.
Got a name?
Bosley. John Bosley.
Bosley John Bosley. Nice ring to it. Married?
Not lately.
Me neither. Oh, I'm Tinklebell.
Tinklebell.
Oh, I love the way it sounds when you say it, Bosley John Bosley.
Look, just Bosley. John Bosley.
That's what I said. Bosley John Bosley.
Uh-huh.
See you around, big boy. Don't forget Tinklebells.
Say hello to Peter Pan. Bosley, John Bosley.
Hey, watch where you're going.
Oh, I'm sorry,
That's okay. Got a light?
Oh, yeah.
Please. Thank you.
Yeah, how do you do that?
Do what?
Oh, I thought so.
That was a terrific dinner. You'll make somebody a great little wife someday.
Thank you. You sound just like my pop.
Cooking is woman's work.
Yes, well, cooking is just one of my many failings. He also hated it when I went to law school. A gypsy lawyer. Next, we'll have honest fortune tellers. Do you know why he wanted me to handle the books?
No, why?
So he'd have someone who was trustworthy to cheat for him.
You're kidding.
Yeah. But we do have some battles. Sometimes I have to do things without telling him. Anybody ever tell you that you're too pretty to be a detective?
Too pretty to be a detective. Yeah, I think somebody did. It was my ex-husband.
Yeah, well, he was right.
You think you should have hired a man for the job?
No. I mean, I don't think so. I don't know. Listen, maybe I'm not as liberated from my dad as I think I am.
Well, maybe I'm not so liberated either.
Confession time?
No. No. I think equality is everything. It's just sometimes...
Sometimes the old-fashioned way seems more attractive. Like maybe next time I steal the chicken and you do the cooking.
Yeah.
I'll do both.
Well, good evening.
Yes, it is. A very good evening. You make a nice couple.
Well, he's a very nice fella.
And you are a flower. Beautiful. Delicate.
You're very European.
Guilty as charged.
Absolutely no crime.
Get some sleep. Tomorrow we work.
Good night.
Good night.
What is that?
A snake. Very large, very mean, very ugly.
What's going on?
Well, either I attract very strange types or somebody put a snake in my bed.
Oh, that's terrific. Are you okay?
What is this?
It's a kaftan.
Fine son Janos has. He wears the skirts, she wears the pants.
Lucky you didn't jump into bed without turning on the light.
Well, it wouldn't have been one of my better nights.
Listen, you can't stay here tonight. Why don't you stay with me? No, you can have the bed. I'll take the couch.
On second thought, I'll take the couch. You take the bed.
Hey, suppose somebody's trying to tell us something?
Yeah, maybe we better check around. Maybe somebody saw someone coming in here.
Hello?
Hi. Excuse me, did you see anybody go in the tent over there tonight?
I don't gossip. But wait a minute, I did see somebody. The new girl who lives there.
Thanks anyway.
Don't be a stranger.
Aber was ist, wenn du das rausfindest?
Das rausfinden. Das kümmert dich doch gar nicht.
Ich weiß nicht. Irgendwie fühle ich mich nicht gut in meiner Haut.
Du machst du zu viel Sorgen.
Ich habe auch viel zu verlieren.
Glaub mir, du hast keinen Grund, misstrauisch zu sein.
So?
So. Nacht.
Nacht.
John Bosley. Somehow I knew your feet would find this pathway tonight.
One of the girls found a snake in her tent tonight.
What's new? In my book, every guy who works in this circus is a snake. Except you, of course.
No, I mean a real snake with rattles and teeth and paisley skin.
No kidding. Is she all right?
Well, she's recovering.
Oh, I'm so glad it wasn't you. I'd hate to lose you now that I found you.
Yeah, that would be a shame.
I feel a great spiritual closeness to you.
I don't think we'd ever be able to overcome our differences.
What differences?
Any luck? I don't know. I heard Janos and Helmut talking in German. Anyway, I think they were arguing. I followed Helmut into the cook tent and I found this. It's his fingerprints.
Good work.
What else have we got, right?
Right. Unless we can get the snake to talk, nothing.
Look, you're a brilliant guy. I can sense these things. Sometimes I read people's minds.
Good. You should try reading mine.
Well, come to my tent and we'll have a few drinks.
Look, you've got a terrific personality, but...
And we're the same sign.
And we're the same sign. But I just can't see us going through life with me carrying around a box for you to stand on.
Why do I need a box?
Chris, do you think Helmut could be the brains behind Reed and Otis?
Well, somebody is. And I don't think Otis and Reed are smart enough to pull this off by themselves.
Whatever this is.
Yeah.
It's us! Come on! Help! Help! Somebody's tied it down! I can't help! Help! Somebody! Come on! Open it! Open it! Come on, we gotta get out of here. Help! 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 Somebody!
Started.
Somebody tied the tent flap shut, struck a match.
I might have known you would be there again when there is trouble.
Thanks for being so concerned, Mr. Barzak.
You are okay, right?
Oh, yeah, we're fine.
I wasn't worried about you. I was worried about the,
Insurance. Yeah, I know. By the way, thanks.
What the hell are you doing? You crazy drunk. You almost killed those two girls with that fire. What are you talking about? I didn't start no fire. Don't jive me, Otis. Now, if you didn't set it, who did? Look, we were paid to put the old man out of business, not to kill nobody. Well, this thing is getting out of hand. I think we better have a little talk tomorrow. All right. Maybe the three of us. Definitely the three of us.
Everybody not working get out of the tents. Go help with the rolling stock. Farmers don't need your attention. Go help with the
Someone knows who we are and why we're here.
Very possible.
More than possible. You almost cuddled up with a snake. We almost got barbecued. If we're way off base, why is someone trying so hard to discourage us?
You know, I sure wish I spoke German so I'd know what Janos and Helmut were arguing about.
Yeah, well, you might have heard him talking about who Helmut really is.
What do you mean?
Well, the fingerprints on the glass do not belong to Helmut Klaus. There is no one by that name. Charlie's running those prints through Interpol's computer right now.
Is there any way to tie Helmut to Reed and Otis?
Well, Reed and Otis are ex-cons. That's all Charlie could turn up on them. But the clown, Anton Tarloff, had a niece who worked for Barzak a long time ago.
Nadia. Yeah, Nadia was her name. He's mentioned her.
Yeah, but did he mention that she was injured in a fall and eventually died an invalid?
No, that's awful. Well, does Charlie think there could be a feud between Barzak and Tarloff?
Well, they're both gypsies, aren't they?
And gypsies have a very strong code of honor.
Does Janos know who Tarloff really is?
Probably not. Tarloff is a very common name in the European circus world, and his niece had her accident a long time ago.
He doesn't seem like a man who could hate that much.
Yeah, but there's more. See, the Barzaks stand to make an awful lot of money if they sell the circus. But if they don't, sooner or later, they're gonna go belly up, and they'll lose everything.
Well, Janos doesn't care about money. The circus is his life.
Right. So the big winner, if Janos did sell, would be Janos' son. David? No, there is no way that I will believe that David is behind all of this.
He wouldn't be the first one who hired detectives to throw the suspicion off himself.
We certainly aren't lacking possibilities, are we?
Okay, where do we start? Pick a number.
You're a fast learner. I can't tell you how much you reminded me of my Nadia.
Nadia is your niece, right? You mentioned her before. Is she still with the circus in Europe?
No, she had an accident.
Oh.
Who told you I was from Europe?
Well, your accent.
Yes, the accent. I don't even think I have one. But of course, if you say so, then I must.
Well, it's just a little one. Did you work with the Barzaks over there?
Some members of my family did. Let's go on to the next part of the act, which is when I challenge my reflections to a duel.
Everybody will take their lunch before the dress rehearsal today.
Oh, yeah. This is really wonderful. I owe you an awfully lot for giving me this chance. And Mr. Barzak, too.
You owe Mr. Barzak only one thing. A good performance at each of his shows. On guard, my alter ego.
I saw Helmut go in the cook tent.
Yeah, he's probably hitting the schnapps again.
You keep an eye on him for me. I'm going to see what I can find in here.
Okay.
All right, you people. Now the acts rehearse without watching. We got work to do. You get to it. Audience we get later. Workers we need now.
Miss Monroe?
Oh, I was just looking for my costume.
Ah, you were looking for your costume.
Yeah.
So. Here it is.
Oh,
Put it on. We practice.
now?
No.
You know what? I've been trying to lose a couple of pounds. Couldn't we do this tomorrow?
Now.
Now. Okay, I'll
Listen, now, did you happen to see Helmut come this way?
Yeah.
Well, which direction?
What am I, a compass? You just missed him. He and the girl were heading toward the main tent.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, thanks a lot.
What were you doing in my tent?
I told you I was just looking for my costume.
In Europe, I was always watched. I came here to get away from spies.
Spies? You think I'm a spy? Do I look like a spy?
Then, what are you?
I'm just a girl who was looking for a job, that's all. Look, you gotta believe me, please. Bosley.
Am I interrupting something?
We were just practicing. A challenge. Is that not right?
Just practicing.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Everybody needing a fitting. Will report to wardrobe.
Wow, you look white as a sheet.
You just scared 2 months off my suntan.
Look, I tell you, why don't you go change and I'll wait for you.
As soon as I stop shaking.
If you are not a woman, you have great makings for a man.
Is that a compliment?
Ah, you women always picking things apart. I take it back.
Too late. I heard you say it. Janos, why do you fight the odds?
Huh?
One of these days there's going to be a bad accident and you're going to have to sell out.
Oh, no. Janos never quit. I'm surprised to hear that from you.
Isn't it true that all the small circuses like yours are folding up? They just can't compete with the big shows.
They quit. I tell you about Janos. The Barzak Circus, they make people happy for 100 years. Many people try to take it away from us. The Turks, the Germans, communists. But nobody does. The family keep it. And nobody make me quit now. No, no. What kind of man would I be if I don't give to my son what my father gave to me?
Janos, I don't think David wants the circus.
Oh, he just, how you say, he does his things. No. He is going to get sense. He's going to come back. He's going to work hard. He get his hands dirty like you. You should be my son.
Oh, yeah, now I know that's a compliment.
Tarlov, it's time we had a talk.
Yes, I've been expecting you.
All right, what's going on? That fire was no part of the plan.
Yeah. Them girls would have been burned up. This whole place would be crawling with cops. And talking about those new girls, they ask a lot of questions. In fact, that's what they do mostly is ask questions.
I fear you are correct. I don't believe they're what they claim to be.
You think they might be cops or something?
Barzak could have hired them to investigate the accidents.
Oh, wait a minute, man. This whole thing is getting out of hand. Why don't you give us the $5 grand we split?
Because you haven't earned it yet. Barzak must be destroyed.
Why, because of some crazy gypsy feud?
I honor my obligations to Nadia. She is dead, and Barzak is responsible.
I thought you said she died in a fall or something.
Barzak gave her inferior equipment. It cost her life.
Sounds to me like some ordinary accident.
No. Barzak was too ambitious. He should have been more careful. He should have cared more for his people. He is responsible.
All right. I don't care about Barzak. You blame him if you want to. But I do care if those dames are cops, because we can all end up in a slammer. Now, I'll tell you what. You give us half the bread, we're gone.
You think running will make those girls forget you? It would only prove your guilt.
Terrific. We stay, we're in trouble. We leave, we're in trouble.
We have no choice. We are committed.
Oh, then what you're saying is we got to get rid of them, huh? All three of them?
Yes, I'm afraid that is what I am saying.
Okay. Reed and me'll take care of the blonde and the one with the motorcycle.
Good. I have a special surprise planned for my new apprentice. They look exactly alike, don't they?
Yeah.
Sometimes even I can't tell them apart. So, who would blame me?
All right, after the rehearsal, take all wardrobe to trailer for cleaning or repair. Everything must be perfect for opening. Handlers for ponies, elephants, assemble in middle area. Please give ponies more check rein and keep them together.
Did I do something wrong?
No. Are you nervous?
No. That's not true. I'm scared to death.
Remember, it's only a dress rehearsal. You'll be fine.
You ready?
Helmut? What happened to you?
Someone hit me.
Who? Who hit you?
I don't know. I couldn't see.
Look, I think it's just about time you and I start leveling with each other. Now, look, I know who you are.
I am Helmut Klaus.
Then you are wearing somebody else's fingerprints. You are Bruno Schmidt. You are an East German circus star who disappeared in Montreal, curiously enough, at the same time that the Barzak Circus was there.
No, I am Helmut
Now, look,
Klaus.
I don't want to send you back. I just want to know who hit you and where is Miss Monroe?
I don't know where she is. That's my music.
Let's go. Yeah.
Watch it, Helmut. You wouldn't like me with short hair. Helmut, what's wrong with you? This has been fun, but I gotta run. Okay, where's Reed? And who else is in it with you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Helmut, he's all yours.
Thank you. Ease up. I'll tell you. It's Tarloff. One of the swords is real. He's gonna kill her.
Is this right?
Well, I'm glad you chose the right sword, Tarloff. Are you?
Yes, I am.
What's going on?
You look so much like Nadia. I just couldn't do it.
Couldn't do what? What is that? Well, you never would have had to die it again, babe.
Your friend Kelly. You better warn her. When she makes the jump, they're going to kill her.
What? No, I'm okay.
Good. Bravo, honey. I mean, bravo. Pretty good. Fantastic. Oh, that was great. How about that?
But the name Tarloff, I didn't recognize it.
He blamed you for Nadia's death.
And it was only an accident, nothing more. He's a fine performer and truly sorry.
So am I.
What about Helmut?
Ah, Helmut. Helmut came to me in Montreal. And I know what it is to be a refugee. He's hiding with us until political asylum can be arranged.
Why didn't you tell me?
You would call the authorities.
Pop, did I do so bad when I called them?
First time you do good without me.
May I have the first dance?
Wait. I am patriarch. First dance is my privilege. When you grown-up father, then your privilege. Would you dance with Janos?
I'd love to.
Shall we show them how to do it?
Sure, why not?
Make it good.
Well, Bosley, looks like it's just you and me.
And me, Bosley, John Bosley. Hi, big boy.
Next one's mine.
Coming.
You flew all the way from Iowa just because of a spider?
I had to. That girl, it didn't matter to her that the spider was harmless. Why should she care that she started a panic among the other contestants?
Are you certain the spider was harmless?
Of course it was. I stomped on it.
But was it harmless before you stomped on it?
Well, how should I know? I wasn't going to let it bite me to find out.
If you would just settle down a little, Mr. Paul, it would make it a lot easier for us to understand what you're trying to tell us.
Well, it's easy for you to say settle down. You didn't have to work a year organizing the greatest beauty pageant the world has ever seen. You didn't have to watch 67 gorgeous contestants melt away, frightened off. The girls are dropping out right and left. Someone is out to ruin the pageant, to destroy a national institution. You've got to help us. To quote Barbara, nobody, nobody should rain on our parade.
Aha. Well, we will discuss it, Mr. Paul, and then we will be in touch.
Oh, please act quickly. The pageant starts tomorrow, and we've only got 9 girls left. In plain language, Mr. Bosley, the clock is ticking.
Yes, we understand.
Goodbye, Mr. Paul. Somehow, I never quite thought of the Miss Chrysanthemum Festival pageant as a national institution.
Well, how can you say that, Bree? It's the stepping stone to the Miss Prunes title.
Yes, and from there, well, the sky's the limit.
Were you serious about having taken the case, Charlie?
A tarantula intentionally placed on the pillow of a young woman? Now, if that young woman had had a weak heart, she'd be dead and someone would have gotten away with murder. And I suggest you get your acts together and head for the pageant. Oh, by the way, may the best woman win.
What? Wait a minute, Charlie. You don't mean that we have to play contestants.
At least 2 of you should. That's where most of the trouble hits.
You two better get a couple of extra bathing suits and, of course, a pair of high-heel shoes.
No. Wait a minute. No, I'm not going to be a beauty contestant.
You might flip a coin. Odd angel out.
Oh, that sounds fair.
Okay.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Heads?
Tails.
Heads.
Not funny.
What is that sound, Charlie?
I'm working with a physical therapist, Kelly.
Oh, not feeling well, Charlie?
Oh, nothing like that. Just learning a little about the pectoralis major.
Chris, Boz and I are going to meet Ben Paul and some of the contestants. Why don't you grab a bikini, help us set up our cover?
Okay, I'll check into my room later. I'll see you at the hotel. I've got an interview there in half an hour. And what are your future plans, dear? Well, I hope to study brain surgery.
What would cause a young lady like yourself to choose that profession?
Well, it seems to me that unless the young people take up the challenge of the future, we can't move the world forward. The greatest challenge I can think of is brain surgery.
Then you give up the dancing, yeah?
Oh, no. Dancing's a great form of exercise and a lot of fun. I'm going to keep up my dancing no matter what. And also working at the polls on Election Day. I feel that we should all stay healthy and politically aware.
Ah, that's good. Don't never give up the dancing. You know, when last year I was the queen from this Christumums, I was dancing. You know, I give up it, dancing. And fat comes on me. 6 pounds in 1 month.
I want you to know it's a great privilege to be given advice by the retiring Miss Chrysanthemum. Thank you.
Ah, bitteschön.
I won't forget that if I'm lucky enough to be awarded this title.
Is your house, Mr. Paul?
No, it was loaned to us by Mr. Cree, one of our judges, so the girls could relax while they rehearse our show. Say, I was wondering, since your private eye's undercover, I thought you'd use cover names.
Oh, no. Just Bosley, Sabrina. That'll be fine.
And you haven't any assignment for me? Someone to put a tail on. Nothing?
Look, I tell you what. Now, it's dangerous, but maybe you can help us. You think you can handle it?
I don't know, boss lady. Maybe.
You know karate, Mr. Paul.
No.
That's good, because we don't want any dead heroes on our hands, you know what I mean? Okay, here's your assignment. Now, from now on, you'll be known as Big X. From this point on, Big X.
Now, you just go about the pageant routine normally, unless one of us gives you the code word, Bojest.
Bojest, you got that? Bojest.
Now, if you hear that, you go to the phone. You call information. Now, the operator that answers you, you ask her for the service repair number.
That operator will be one of our people. They'll know what to do. You got it?
Yeah, I'm Big X. Code word Bojest. I call information, and I ask your operative for the repair service number.
From this moment on, you make no mention of your instructions.
Oh, I understand.
You better, pigeon, because you're into this up to your neck.
Okay, let's get this show on the road now. Let's
All
get
right,
the
now,
shot
the first thing I'd like to get is a big close-up full screen, all right?
This isn't for real, is it? I mean, this isn't really going to be on a network television news show.
Oh, you bet it is, Mr. Paul. You see, we're private detectives. We got to pick up $1 here, $1 there. Every little bit helps. Okay, you ready now? You ready, Mr. Bosley?
Right.
And roll 'em.
Hi there. Welcome to the Miss Chrysanthemum Festival pageant.
Cut print.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Mr. Paul.
Excuse me.
Think that'll keep him out of our hair?
Yeah, I think so. That coupled with pointing this camera at his face from time to time.
Now, let's see. A-H and B-G.
Right.
Okay, girls, let's try it with the words this time. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hi there, hello. We're glad that you could show for the Chrysanthemum Festival pageant. From far and near, we girls came here to try to be queen of your pageant.
Hi there, hello. We're glad that you could show for the Chrysanthemum Festival pageant. Who will be queen when you're all seen at the Chrysanthemum Festival pageant?
The Chrysanthemum Festival pageant.
Bravo.
Great, girls.
Listen, ladies, we're all going to be on a network television news program. Mr. Bosley, he's the one with the camera, and Sabrina, she's the boss lady, are making a documentary. So when the camera's rolling, let's give them all the sparkle and sincerity you want all your friends and relatives at home to see. Right, boss lady?
Oh, right. That's right.
And this is my arranger, conductor, and all-around man, Friday. Say hello to Henry.
Hi, Henry.
My pleasure.
Let me introduce the contestants to you. This young lady is here from Texas, Billy Jolene.
Howdy. Hello.
And Debbie from London, England.
Hello. Hello.
Grace Cooley, California Miss.
Hi.
Holly from the Empire State of New York.
Hi.
And one of our late entrants that I haven't even met yet. And who are you?
Hi, I'm Chris, and I'm from Macon, Georgia.
How far is that from Plains, Chris?
Oh, gosh, I don't really know. This is the first time I've ever been outside of Macon. This is really exciting.
Okay, now we'd like to get a little informal rehearsal around the piano.
Just too far away to see her good, Hubie.
And as the girls are around the piano,
Big
we'll
smile,
go
big smile.
from girl to girl here.
How close did you say the shot came? Okay, it was about 3 feet to my left and about 4 feet in front of me.
Maybe you're right. They really weren't trying to hit you.
No, considering how many more bad shots there are in this world than good, I wouldn't bet on that.
I don't know. They were moving right after the shot was fired, and they were way back from their roof's edge by the time I got to my window. Now, if they wanted to hit me, why didn't they wait to fire again in case they missed? I mean, they didn't know I had a gun.
Which, I suspect, puts us right back where we started from.
That's about right, Bosley.
And I don't care if there's only one contestant left. The show must go on. There has to be a Miss Chrysanthemum.
Why?
Young girls, sir, grow up dreaming of this moment in their lives. They dedicate themselves.
We've already spent all the money that the sponsors have put up.
Good point, Si.
Then we all agree. We'll tell the audience that the preliminary judging was held in the morning so that we could give more time to the 11 contestants who are left, who are our semi-finalists.
That's your department, Ben. You handle it any way you like.
Oh, if you want, I can sing my winning aria from last year. You remember from Wagner? You know, when I wears a hat with the horns?
All right, let's try it from after the crisscross. All right? Form a straight line. Good. Ready now, left foot first. Hit it, Henry. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Hi there, hello.
Smile, girl.
You can show
Good. Sing out, sing out.
We girls came here to try to be queen of your pageant. Hi there, hello. We're
It's cut.
Check the exit, Bosley!
All right.
Bosley!
Oh.
What are you doing with Chris's pigeons?
Chris's pigeons.
Ooh, yeah, they're for a magic act.
Why were they skulking in that closet?
They were not skulking, Bosley. Pigeons can't skulk.
Well, these can. They were skulking in there. They are skulking pigeons.
Ooh! Bosley?
Yes?
You suppose that sandbag was supposed to hurt somebody or scare somebody?
I don't know. But either way, sooner or later, somebody is going to get hurt.
Well, a 50-pence sandbag or a rifle doesn't hurt anybody. It kills them. You explain to Chris how you let her pigeons out. Oh, I gets it.
Hello? Oh, sure. For you, the telephone call here, Dearborn.
This is Cy Dearborn.
This here is the money man. You made up your mind about the proposition yet?
Is that your best offer?
You know, Mr. Dearborn, for a man whose fried clam franchises is going to the dogs for the want of some cold cash, you sure do dance a lot. Is it yes or no?
All right. It's a deal.
Go to the men's room.
Enjoy the money. And don't let us down, Mr. Dearborn.
I won't.
Now, I believe in modesty just as much as the next girl. But this is not exactly the 1940s. And besides, all the girls cut the lace off their dresses. If we didn't, we'd look like... I don't know what we'd look like. Honey, you don't want to wear that color.
Oh, I kind of like it.
Yeah? Well, so do I. That's why you're not going to wear it. Why don't you try the green?
I don't think so.
Well, try any color you want, except my apricot. I mean, you're free to choose the apricot if you want. But I wouldn't be surprised if the seams just came apart while you're on stage. Things like that happen all the time in beauty contests. So embarrassing.
Hello there.
Hello.
Fred Holzer here. You're the photographer, and you're the boss, right?
Oh, well, thank you, I guess.
What do you think of my little girl?
Which little girl?
Well, she's not my little girl. She's my #1 client, Grace Cooley. Just a minute. She's right here, Grace. She called me, told me you were here, and here I am to help out wherever I can.
Sure.
Here.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Is that the next Miss Chrysanthemum, or is that the next Miss Chrysanthemum?
Well, she's very pretty.
She's gonna win. Now, what I'm willing to do is give you an exclusive. You key your film on Grace, then when she wins, you scoop the whole TV world. How does that grab you?
We will give that some serious thought.
Look, so nothing ventured, nothing gained, right?
Well,
Means I could have set it up with charm, we're ahead, right?
Yes.
All right, look, let's talk a little money. You key on Gracie, there's $50 in it for you.
$50.
What do you care who you feature, right?
Wrong, Fred.
When I'm on top, and you come to me for a favor, you know what you'll get? Bupkis is what you'll get. Watch! Bupkis!
Howdy, ma'am.
Wonder if we might have them into your time.
I most certainly will not for $1 million.
She's gone. She's disappeared. She's been snatched.
What makes you so sure?
Millicent Farber never misses a meal. Isn't this the time for somebody to give me the Bojet signal, boss?
No, not yet, Ben. No.
My nerves can take it. I've already contacted another judge to replace Millicent, Hazel Spaulding. She's flying in tonight. She judged here before.
Hi, Mr. Bosley. Hi, Mr. Paul. Hi, girls.
Hi, Grace.
Bye, Grace.
I met that kid's agent. He says she's from a really poor family. Breaks your heart.
Oh, yeah, it really does.
I'll be leaving for the opening festivities in about half an hour. The pageant rises when the sun sets.
You think something really did happen to that judge, Millicent?
Well, there's a chance. But I don't know, it doesn't fit the pattern. Up till now, everything's been done to scare off the contestants.
Well, all we can do is stay on our toes and hope for a break. I'll take the camera and set up in front of the stage.
Okay, well, Kelly and I are going to be pretty tied up with the pageant. Maybe Bree ought to help us out backstage.
No, I don't think so. I think I ought to cover the airport, cover the new judge. I mean, if somebody did kidnap Millicent, they might try to grab the new judge, too.
Well, that makes as much sense as anything else that's happened. If you'll excuse me, I have to rehearse my introductory speech. See you later.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, I do, too. I'll see you later.
You know, they really do want to win.
It looks that way.
We ain't asking for the moon, ma'am.
I am worth upwards of $6 million, young man. But if I were penniless, I wouldn't sell my vote.
Ma'am, don't be doing that.
Hey, Hugh. Them pageant people got a new judge coming in to replace old Biddy here. Guess who it is?
You think we ought to be talking about that with her listening? I mean, she's got us by the short hairs already. She talks the law.
True. Come here. Now, you remember the name of that lady judge that we was counting on being here but wasn't because they decided to use last year's queen as a judge instead?
Hazel Spaulding.
That's who's coming, buddy.
Well, we got it made in the shade, old boy. Except with that old Biddy in there.
No sweat. When we call CJ and tell him what was that?
The old Biddy fell off her barrel.
When we call her CJ, tell him how we got everything took care of down here. He's gonna be so owing to us that he'll just start handing her money and just keep on handing it to her till she can't say no.
She says she's already worth $6 million, all.
Oh, well, that could be a problem, I reckon. But heck, let's just take this thing one boot at a time. And the first thing we got to do is go see that new judge and get that all squared away. So let's be moving, partner.
Shouldn't one of us stay here and watch the old Biddy?
Well, now, did you ever hear of anybody or anything getting loose from a rope that I tied if I didn't want him to?
Never once, all.
All right, then. Let's go, Pod.
Flight 411 just arrived. Connections for Iowa City, Husker Junction, and Beansboro. Get your luggage ready, please.
You're Hazel Spaulding, right?
Yes. How'd you like to make $2,000 cash money?
We'd like to buy your first place vote in that beauty contest, ma'am.
For $2,000.
If you don't, we're going to have to tell your husband about you and that Mr. Paul, that MC fella. About how him and you, well, about them private all-night singing lessons you and him give each other every time you come down here to judge one of them beauty contests.
We do it too, ma'am.
Take the money, ma'am.
You've got a deal.
Ladies and gentlemen, to personally greet you, Freebairn's own Chrysanthemum Festival Girl.
Hi there. Hi there. Hi there. Hi there.
Hi there. Hi there. Hi there.
Hi there. Hi there. Hi there. Hi there. Hello.
Chrysanthemum Festival Pageant. The Chrysanthemum Festival Pageant.
And here they are, our bevy of loveliness. Our first semifinalist is Miss Chris Monroe. Chris is from the home state of our president, Mr. Jimmy Carter. Miss Lillian's baby boy, God bless him. Chris is from Macon, Georgia, a true belle of the Old South. Her big dream is to become our queen, Miss Chrysanthemum Festival, and then go on to help mankind.
Hi, y'all.
Let's start off this most important interview with an easy question, Chris. What's your favorite color and why?
Well, actually, Mr. Paul, I have more than one favorite color.
Well, that's all right with us, Chris. Right, ladies and gentlemen?
My favorite colors are red, white, and blue, because they are the colors of our flag of freedom.
Here's our next semifinalist, Miss California, Grace Cooley. Here's your first question, Grace. What is your favorite color and why?
Well, I was going to say red, white, and blue, but somebody already said it.
Yeah, CJ. And the both of them is gonna vote her numero uno.
Well, now that you've done it, I'm going to tell you just how much my baby girl winning that contest means to me. As a daddy, I am plain damn proud. As a businessman, I got stockholders, but ain't none of them going to argue that a beauty queen ain't the one to do our TV pink grapefruit commercials now. And you two good old boys will find a big, fat thank you in your envelope come payday.
Best tell him about the old biddy now.
Couldn't hear that. What?
There's Hubie talking to me, CJ. CJ, we got a little problem here.
Well, what kind of little problem, oh?
Well, sir, it seems that we Well...
Kind of kidnapped an old lady.
You what?
She's a judge, CJ, and, well, she wouldn't take the money we offered her, and then she started yelling and hollering and carrying on.
We didn't know what to do, so we took her out this old warehouse.
She ain't hurt none.
You two got less sense than a hound dog trying to catch him a skunk. That's maybe a life sentence in a federal prison. You know that? I'm gonna tell you all I'm ever gonna. Listen good. Now, you two cut that lady loose, and you go grab yourself a jet plane to Europe or someplace, and when you light, you write me a letter, and I'll send you each $50,000 and good riddance. I don't know you no more. You hear?
As I walked out in Laredo one day, I spied a poor cowboy wrapped up in white linen, wrapped up in white linen, as cold as the clay. Oh, beat the drum slowly and play the fife lowly, and play the dead march as you carry me along. Take me to the Green Valley, there lay the sod o'er me, for I'm a young cowboy. I know I've done wrong, for I'm a young cowboy. I know I've done wrong.
I know the feel of this car like my own hide. And I know there's maybe 110 pounds more in the trunk than there should be. Best show yourself.
Our next semifinalist is Miss Kelly Garrett. Kelly had a warm and deeply moving reaction to a friend who injured an ankle while skiing. Tell us about it, Kelly.
Well, from that moment on, I knew what we should all do is help one another to realize that, well, we should realize that no man or woman is an island, that we should never ask for whom the bell tolls, that we're all one, and we need each other's support to be truly happy. No, we should not ask for whom the bell tolls. When one man is lost or woman is injured, be it friend or stranger, when the bell tolls, it tolls for all of us.
Now, lady, what you doing in the trunk of our car?
Well, I'm a TV reporter, and I was looking for a story.
About what?
About the scaring off of the contestants in the Miss Chrysanthemum pageant and the bribing of the judges.
Hey, y'all, she knows what we've been doing.
Yes, she does, don't she? Think we ought to put the hush up on her, Hugh?
If you think I'm the least bit frightened by all this, you are sadly mistaken.
Miss Farber?
Hey, yo, you ain't considering blowing your head off.
No, just thinking.
Are you gonna shoot her all?
Maybe. Listen, old biddy. Things ain't going the way they're supposed to, so we're gonna change our plans right here and now. Say you got $6 million? Well, if you want to stay alive, you better give us the name of somebody we can call, and we'll let them buy you back from us for, say, $2 million of your 6. You won't even miss that.
That's a good idea, all. We got the name. Let's play the game. Hell, pard, we're gonna get rich. All right now, ma'am, who do we call?
Nobody.
What do you mean, nobody?
I'm a widow, and nobody can authorize the bank to pay out money for me but me. And I won't.
Well, it might just mean your life, old biddy, and the sneaky-nosed TV lady, too.
And now, from New York, Miss Holly Blaine, to give us a special rendition of that famous soliloquy from The Merchant of Venice, delivered in her own special way.
The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven.
You reckon anybody'd pay anything for that TV lady?
She's a boss. She's got to be worth something to somebody.
Hey, TV lady, who'd pay to buy you back from us?
Well, my photographer might be able to arrange it, but not just for me. It would have to be for both of us.
Of course. Don't make no sense just shooting one of you.
Right. All we want is a bunch of money and a chance to disappear.
You go to him, and you say, Beau Jest. Then you tell him what you want. He'll probably want to talk to me before he pays over any money.
You don't trust us, do you, lady?
Not very much.
Well, what is this here, Beau Gist? Is that some kind of Morse code or something?
If you say Beau Jest, then he'll know that I was safe and sound when I gave you the code word.
Make sense, all?
Well, I don't know. These TV people got all kinds of strange things going. Let's tie their hands behind them and get out of here.
Now, I haven't finished my sandwich.
And now, that lovely wizard from Macon, Georgia, with her own brand of Southern magic, Miss Chris Monroe.
I'll get over there to you. You just, stay right where you are.
Oh, that's very smart.
Okay, no, just, see if we can... Now, watch your
I can
hands
reach
there,
it.
Miss
What?
Barber.
What's that?
Okay.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, but mostly you gentlemen, you ain't never seen sultry until you've seen Miss Kelly Garrett.
Could not allude to such a wealth of feminine pulchritude. Rosy cheeks, lustrous hair, aren't they angels heaven shares? Da Vinci's art could not surpass the smile of any lovely lass. Could Shakespeare rhapsodize the virtue in their eyes as we hear them each loftily moralize? Beethoven could not capture the rapture that unfurls from our chrysanthemum festival girls. From our chrysanthemum festival girls.
Now to help present this year's crown, last year's queen, Miss Candy Welsh. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, the moment when we learn the answer to that magic question, who will be the next Miss Chrysanthemum? I'm really nervous and excited, and I know the girls are. Our fourth runner-up and winner of a new Walsingham dirt motorcycle, our fourth runner-up is Debbie Dolan.
Bo Gist. What'd you say?
The man said, Bo Gist.
Who told you to tell me that?
The lady what works with you. She's kidnapped.
And we want $1 million for her.
Right.
And an all-expense-paid weekend.
Bo Gist!
Be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
I made the phone call, Mr. Bosley.
All right, we owe you a dime.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, where were we? Oh, yes, our third semifinalist.
Okay, Mrs. Farmer. I got my second win. Now we're gonna try it again. Only this time, please don't help me.
Oh, well, I'll try.
No, don't you?
But,
Oh, boy,
Sarah,
am I
I
ever glad to see you. I thought the next thing was gonna happen to me, I was gonna know what it felt to get Shot with a .357 mag. That hurts. I know. How'd you find us?
Our Southern Fried Chicken boys sing like nightingales.
Oh, dear, now, look. We've got to get right over to the pageant. They bribed 2 of the judges.
I told you, Kelly.
The pageant is over, Miss Farber.
Oh, really?
Who won?
A girl named Billie Jolene. She sang and played the guitar to the streets of Laredo.
She's the one that they wanted to win. Her father paid those 2 men to see that she won.
We know, Mrs. Farber. And the Texas authorities will be paying her father a little visit. She's been disqualified.
Who was the first runner-up?
Holly, the girl who twirled the baton and recited Shakespeare.
Oh. You was robbed.
Mm-hmm.
And neither one of you was even named runner-up?
Zip.
To quote an agent we met, Charlie, bupkiss is what we got.
I thought you might have already told them, Bosley.
No, Charlie. You're the one who arranged it. I thought you should tell them.
What did you arrange, Charlie?
Ben Paul told the judges you weren't really contestants, that you were professionals brought in to fill out the depleted pageant. The judges were not allowed to vote for you.
Oh, no. After I learned that speech and smiled till my face hurt.
And I paid $37 for a brand new pair of white tacky shoes?
I don't think you better walk down any dark alleys, Charlie. You bought yourself some trouble here.
Not half as much as I'd have bought myself if one of you angels had won. What would I have said to the loser?
Well, which one would have won?
She would have. I'm glad I was only kidnapped.
That sound again, Charlie. Is your therapist there again?
Oh, yes. And still hard at work, showing me the upper body development exercises.
What about the lower body, Charlie?
Well, actually, there doesn't seem to be a problem in that area.
Let's keep it hands off.
Angela, you know, I think if we really tried, we could put the pieces back together again.
We had some good times, Gene. Let's leave it at that, okay?
Simulated altitude is now 500.
Okay. Anyway, this fly-by-itself gadget is worth millions alone. What the devil is?
Simulated altitude is now 300 feet.
Hey, what's going on?
No. No, not again.
Simulated altitude is now 100 feet.
Hey, what's going on?
No.
Angela!
Simulated altitude.
Angela!
Automated ILS now disengaged. Manual control now mandatory. Manual control now mandatory. Gentlemen, you have just accomplished a simulated crash.
How many black roses so far, Angela?
4. There've been 4.
And how many phone calls?
I can't even remember now. 6 or 7.
A man's voice?
Well, I think so. It's disguised somehow.
And the caller admits sending the roses?
Oh, admits. He brags about it.
But what do they mean? Black roses. What's the significance?
I don't know. Except that a black rose usually means death. And I find them in places where I thought nobody had access. My car, my apartment, my locker at the school where I conduct the stewardess training.
So you think that the caller wants you to know that he has access?
Oh, he wants to, and he has.
Angela, how would you characterize the calls? You say there's no demand for money. What exactly does he want?
I asked him that. He said he'd tell me when he's ready.
Angie and I were roommates in college, Charlie. We helped each other over some pretty rough spots. So, this is kind of special to me, you know?
If it's personal for you, Sabrina, then it's personal for us, too. Angels, I'm sure you get the idea. cover everything, with emphasis on the training school and the apartment. Or what is it you call it?
The Stew Zoo. Stew Zoo? It was very euphonic.
Sounds good, too.
Like the brochure says, a real fun place.
Unless someone's trying to drive you crazy.
Hello. Thank you. What's that?
Just Chris and Kelly's uniforms.
Now relax, Angie. Sorry. Last week I answered a knock and found one of those black roses.
Don't worry, Angela. Chris and I are just across the hall. Sabrina will stay here with you. Anybody ask, an old school chum's visiting for a few days.
No problem.
Well, I guess we better get to the coffee, tea, or me lesson.
Let's see how the uniforms look.
Okay, all right.
Don't worry. Angie, I have something to show you. Come here.
Now, this will put your mind at ease. I'll set it up for you, show you how to use it. Make things a lot easier.
Townsend Associates.
Bosley, Sabrina.
Hi, you. What's new at the Stew Zoo? I'm feeling euphonic.
Bosley, could you just call me back at Angela's, please? Okay, Bosley will ring the phone. Now, you push these two buttons before you pick the phone up. Then you pick it up. Hi, Bosley, could you say something that isn't euphonic?
Okay, what do I say? Oops, sorry.
Why don't you whisper sweet nothings?
Sweet nothings.
Silver-tongued devil. Phone rings. Push the two buttons. Pick it up. That's all there is to it. You got it?
Got it.
It's easy. Well, do you have the same thing in flaming red?
With the reading you've got to do, by tomorrow morning, your eyes will be flaming red.
Yeah, you girls better hit the books. I got some reading of my own to do here. I wonder what Burt Reynolds is up to.
From what I hear, anything you ask.
Oh.
Ladies, rule number 1, every passenger is a king or queen. Company policy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why don't you watch where you're going?
Rule 2, get the drinks in the passengers, not on them, huh?
I'm really sorry, honey. And don't call me honey. My name's Mei Ling.
Hey, Mei Ling. It's no big thing.
You're not the one they're laughing at.
All right, ladies. Rule number 3, keep your cool. If I were a passenger, I'd have jumped off the plane.
Glad she's not doing my laundry, huh?
Not funny.
Yeah, well, I'm not appearing here, you know. Just trying to help Angela teach you dummies a thing or two.
Sort of like the blind leading the blind.
I'll make some coffee. Well, let's see. Burt Reynolds last night and Steve McQueen tonight. This girl has no shame. And breathe.
Hey, how'd it go?
Well, is it Murphy's Law that says if anything can go wrong, it will?
Oh, did it?
Nothing major. They're doing just fine.
That wasn't there this morning when we left.
Have you left the apartment?
No. No, somebody must have put it there while I was sleeping. How'd they do that?
didn't know ping pong was a blood sport. I think Mei Ling's a candidate for the once over lightly.
Her name's Mei Ling Johnson.
Mei Ling Johnson?
Oh, so much for East is East.
As long as we're checking out people, ease around toward the door.
Oh, that's our resident peeping Tom. Name's Eddie Williams. He's the assistant manager here.
He could be arrested for what he's thinking. We better have Bosley check him out.
Sabrina, that's the third heart you've painted on me.
You take it so seriously.
Yeah, but you're winning.
Well, I know. I taught her everything she knows. I always win. Always win.
Whoa. Too bad this ain't a bicycle built for two.
Well, if it was, you'd take up most of it.
Hi, Gene. What are you doing in no man's land?
Just visiting. I'd have brought you flowers, but I know how you react to roses.
We could have gone all day without mentioning that.
You're still not going to tell me what that was all about?
Just forget it, okay?
Well, who's the new blood?
Oh, transfers. Chris. Kelly.
Hi.
And an old friend, Sabrina. Gene Knox. He'll be instructing you tomorrow. Oh, Gene, as long as you're here, would you mind giving me back the key to my apartment?
Well, I did. A couple of weeks ago at dinner at Devereaux's restaurant. It was right after you threw your salad in my lap.
I threw your salad in your lap.
Well, I don't like the salad at Devereaux's either.
Anyway, I did give you back a key.
I guess you did at that.
But I'm willing to take it back.
Gene, look, let's just pass on all that, okay?
Hey, big fella.
Why don't you lighten up? On second thought, shorten up.
Paula. Don't worry about him, darling. He's just suffering from a bruised ego.
Hello?
How are you enjoying your coffee these days, Angela?
Why do you keep calling me?
I told you there'd be something I'd want you to do. Now I'm going to tell you what it is.
You're crazy. You hear me? You're insane. I'm not going to do anything for you. You can't make me do anything.
Angela, you're making a big mistake. Angela? Angela, do you hear me?
Yes?
This isn't Angela.
Why didn't you put the recorder on?
I'm sorry. I was so frightened I forgot.
Okay, it's okay. What'd he say?
He said there's something I have to do for him.
Something you have to do for him, what?
I didn't give him a chance to tell me. Bree, what does this mean? Bree, what is...
Come on, it's all right, look.
Why is this happening to me?
I don't know, Angie. Look, there's not much on the tape, but I'll take it to the police lab first thing in the morning. They'll see what they can find out. Come on, don't be scared. It'll be all right.
Angela?
Can I get a ride with you? Oh, sure, come on.
Oh, thanks.
Eddie? Eddie, would you do me a big favor?
All you gotta do is ask.
Would you call a garage and see that my car gets fixed? I'd really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Oh, thanks. Listen, you can just keep the keys under the front seat.
You know, maybe we could meet somewhere and I could bring it to you in person.
Under the front seat would be fine.
Now, I don't want to overload you girls with technical information, but I would point out that on your first orientation flight, we'll be conducting weight and balance tests as they relate to some special equipment this airline has developed. Inside the cockpit on the automatic pilot panel, there's a red light with an activator switch. Now, there's not a girl in this room who couldn't flip the switch and put the plane into landing approach at the nearest airfield. When the red light is on, the plane flies itself until you're 50 feet from the ground.
Well, what do we do when we get to 50 feet?
Probably nothing. Since in addition to Gene and myself, there's a flight engineer who can also fly. Gene?
All this equipment we've been talking about has been developed exclusively by our company. We're in our final checkout phase. Now, in addition to what Captain Glover has told you about, there's also an emergency radio transmitter and receiver in the galley, just in case one of you girls might have to talk to the tower someday. Our company frequency is 135.75. Memorize that?
Is this new equipment available now to all the planes?
All the planes on this airline will eventually be equipped with it everywhere in the world, including in your country.
This is my country. I live here.
Well, I didn't mean to...
I think it's time for a break. Any takers?
What always happens? I bump my head on something everybody else walks under.
Polly, you're going to wind up with a broken back if you go around hunching over all the time.
No.
Let me ask you a question. How did you pass the physical?
I lied. And I cried. Flirted with the doctor. Well, what would you do if standing on the ground your head was already up in the wild blue yonder?
Paula, that's never been my problem. Hey, I think I'm gonna go see what's shaking with Mei Ling.
What are you going to say?
I don't know. I'll think of something. Mei Ling, can I talk to you for a minute?
What's the point?
Come on now. You're not gonna hold a grudge, are you?
Do you care, huh?
Yes, I do care. Look, why can't we be friends?
Look, I've got a lot of things on my mind. Precious, you know? Friends, I haven't got time for, okay?
Listen, I got the report back on the tape from the police lab. We didn't record enough of the voice for them to get any usable voice pattern, and they couldn't even get a stress analysis. They're not even certain whether it was a male voice.
We keep coming up empty.
Chris, you were talking to Mei Ling Johnson. Anything there?
Mm-mm. Just a very uptight lady.
I'd love to know why.
Yeah.
Hi, Eddie. You got anything there for me?
No, but if anything should come in, maybe I could come by and bring it into you.
That's okay, Eddie. You don't have to do that. Thank you, though.
I'm not as dumb as I look. All these other stews, they think I'm some kind of a... Well, I don't care what they think.
You shouldn't. You should not care what they think. You shouldn't care. You let me know if I get anything, okay?
Anything you say, Sabrina.
Oh, go ahead. I just want to see if he fixed my car and get my keys.
See you later.
Angela, you stay here. You stay right here.
Oh. No. Oh, no.
How'd you go with the police homicide team?
Well, I made a deal with Lieutenant Carruthers. He said he'd help us out here if we told him everything we know.
That's easy. How long does it take to say nothing?
Right, Charlie. Okay, right. Thank you. Well, Charlie checked out the apartment manager, Eddie Williams. It seems he was released from the Army with a dishonorable discharge, morals charge.
And what about Mei Ling?
Mei Ling has an outstanding missing persons report. I guess I'll have to find out the details on that later, but she is a black belt in karate.
And Marilyn Bassett was killed with a karate chop to the throat.
We better talk.
How'd you know I was here?
I know everything you do, Angela.
I'm not gonna listen to you.
I think you are. Unless you want to lose another one of your friends.
Marilyn? There was a black rose by her body. You did that. You killed her.
It's entirely up to you, Angela. If you'll do as I say, if you tell no one what's happening, then there'll be no problem. No one will be hurt.
If I can.
You can. Open the door to the second dryer. There's a tape machine in there and a package. Listen to the tape. Follow the instructions.
Okay, what have we got? We have got one peeping Tom. We have got one hostile karate expert who is also a missing person. Hi, Angie.
Hi.
What's the matter?
Nothing. I'm fine.
You got another call, didn't you?
Angie, come on. Would you tell us what's the matter?
Nothing is the matter, okay?
Private party?
Right. You always were a gate crasher.
Hey, I was always your friend, too, remember?
Once more, please.
No, I don't want anything, thanks.
Do me a favor.
Sure.
Leave me alone. Just forget I brought you into this, case.
Look, Angie, I'll be glad to leave you alone if you don't want any help. But I think you do.
As I recall, in college, you majored in political science, not mind reading.
Well, you don't have to be a mind reader to know that something's the matter. And listen, that stuff isn't gonna help, and I just wish you'd let me know what's going on.
I can't.
Look, Angie, you were leveling with us before Marilyn was killed. Now, why are you freezing up on us now? Wait a minute. Marilyn was killed, and there was a black rose found next to her body. Now, I'm right, aren't I? The phone caller, he killed someone, and he told you.
Bree, stop it. Stop it.
Okay, Angie.
By tomorrow, it'll all be over. Nobody will be hurt. I won't be responsible.
Responsible? For what?
I can't tell you. Believe me, by tomorrow at this time, it'll all be over.
But what will all be over?
She wouldn't tell me.
Then we've got nothing.
Well, we have one thing. We have a time schedule. Whatever it is going to happen, it's going to happen tomorrow afternoon.
It's not much help.
Wait a minute. The student orientation flight is tomorrow.
I thought that was in 2 days.
No, they got done with the preparations early, so they're doing the flight tomorrow.
Well, that's it then. It's got something to do with that flight.
Okay, let's say it has. What's the angle? What's at stake?
I don't know. What's the purpose of the flight? What's special about it?
Nothing. It's standard procedure for all new stews. Except we're doing something called weight and balance tests.
What's that?
They put weighted bags in the seats in various sections of the plane. I don't know the technical reasons.
Weighted bags. Could there be something in the bag?
You mean some sort of smuggling scam?
Possible.
I don't know. I just know that Kelly and Chris will be on that plane tomorrow, and I will too, in a manner of speaking.
You lost me.
Well, I'm going to monitor the flight from the radar facilities.
How are you going to arrange that?
Charlie used to do quite a bit of flying. He's got some connections with the FAA. Ought to be able to set it up.
But, Bree, if the authorities find out what we're doing, they could cancel the flight.
What for? How are they going to do that? I mean, it's not a regular flight. It's just an airline testing its equipment. I'm afraid it's the only way we're going to get an answer.
Okay, Chris and I are in the plane. Sabrina's monitoring from the ground. I guess it's the only way to go.
There's one other thing.
What do you mean?
Well, suppose while Sabrina is in the radar facility, the killer is in there at the same time. monitoring the plane.
There's a pressurization problem in the rear compartment. Maybe you could take a look.
It's not exactly a flight engineer's job, but I won't tell my union if you won't.
Check the seam in the floor over there. Thank you, my dove. Tell me, how are all the little doves outside doing?
Fine. They're doing just fine.
Say, listen, I don't feel too good. Let's get ready. Take it easy, take it easy.
Angela, I think you better get the flight engineer.
Captain Glover, I want you to head south. 190 degrees.
Angela, what the devil are you doing?
Please, just do as you're told. I don't want to hurt you.
You didn't lock the door, Angela. You were instructed to lock the door.
Angela? Angela! Open the door! Angela!
Don't they usually call in during a flight?
Well, not necessarily. Could be a radio malfunction, or they decided to monitor on a different frequency. 14 Bravo, this is Los Angeles Central. Do you read? 14 Bravo, this is Los Angeles Central. Do you read?
Angela? Wait a minute, the intercom.
Okay, girls, let's sit down. Everything's fine. Everything's gonna be fine. We'll take care of it. Come on, it's all right. Sit down. It's okay. Just have a seat there.
Angela. Jean, can you hear me?
What's going on?
A shot was fired.
Shot? What are you talking about?
There was a shot fired in there, and now the door is locked.
What are you doing? What's the gun for?
I'm gonna shoot the lock off.
And maybe kill somebody in there? Maybe the only person that can fly this plane? Are you crazy?
By the way, what are you doing with a gun?
Never mind that. You girls just get this door open and quick. This flight's going the way we planned it.
Who's we?
Just get the door open.
Where's the flight engineer?
Forget him. He can't help you. Now get the door open.
Now you just hold on 1 minute. We are not doing anything until you tell us what is going on here.
Listen, I'll use this.
Maybe you will and maybe you won't. We're no good to you dead.
Okay, look. Glover and I are gonna take the plane and sell the equipment.
What are you talking about?
The new equipment on the plane, we're gonna sell it.
What? To whom?
What difference does it make? Just get something to break this door open and do it now!
Angela. Jean. Can you hear me? Somebody answer me. What's happening in there?
Pressing ILS, Los Angeles.
Plane's turning. Somebody must be flying it.
No, it feels like the autopilot.
We're going down.
Here's the autopilot.
Hold on!
Do it!
That's it, my friend.
Jean, can you open the door? Open the door.
Lock.
Jean! Get something and tie him up. Maylene, find the flight engineer.
All right.
Los Angeles Center to test flight 14 Bravo. Do you read?
Forget the flight engineer. He's unconscious.
The emergency radio. This is test flight 14 Bravo. Anyone read me?
Kelly, Sabrina, can you hear me? What happened?
We don't know. There was a shot. Now the cockpit door's locked. We can't get in there, and we can't get anyone on the intercom.
How's the plane reacting?
It feels like it's on autopilot. We're losing altitude and heading back toward Los Angeles.
The automated ILS must be engaged. Where's the flight engineer?
He can't help us. He's unconscious.
Well, what happened? Never mind. Tell me later. You've got to force the cockpit door.
We're trying. We can't.
Keep trying. Now listen, and listen carefully. You may have to land the plane.
Are you crazy?
I'm dead serious. If the automated ILS is engaged, It will just get you down to the last 50 feet. Then you have to take over.
I don't know what to do.
You have to.
Okay, I have to. What do I do when and if I get there?
When the red light goes off on the automated ILS, you'll be 50 feet from the ground. At that time, pull back on the yoke, that's the wheel, until the airspeed indicator reads 100 knots.
Okay, 100 knots.
If the airspeed indicator drops below 100 knots, ease forward. Do you understand?
I think so.
Okay, the rudder pedals. You use those with the yoke to turn left or right. You ever race a soapbox when you were a kid?
I got the picture.
I'll tell you the rest when you're in the cockpit. Call me when you get there. Thousand feet.
We gotta hurry. Three.
1,200 feet.
Oh, it's giving.
Feet.
Get in there, Kelly.
Harder!
Girls, let me try, please. Please, please.
One 150 feet.
Come on, get in there.
Okay, get everybody strapped in right now.
Okay, we're in the cockpit.
Don't bother to respond. Just remember, 100 knots. Keep the wings level. Lift the nose to slow down, lower it to speed up. You're a little off to left. Give it some right rudder. Just a little.
Kelly, you can do it. Come on.
You're about to touch down. When you do, pull the throttles into reverse thrust position. reverse thrust now. Now, feet on top of the rudders. Those are your brakes. Use them. Brake evenly. Evenly.
Kelly, you're a flyer.
I'm a lander. I'm a lander.
Thank you.
I can't believe it.
So it's like the old story, Charlie, the one about the guy who was wheeling the brick out of the factory every day. The guards finally nailed him for stealing bricks. He was stealing the wheelbarrows. See, Glover and Culver were trying to steal the equipment, not the plane.
Why the elaborate scheme? Why didn't Glover simply take the plane and fly it away?
Well, by playing the part of the helpless pilot, forced into the theft, Glover would never be suspected. He could pay off Culver, collect his money, go back home a hero, and he wouldn't have to be on the run the rest of his life.
And Angela would never know Glover was her mysterious caller.
Clever idea, actually. Provided it had worked, of course.
Angela, how did Glover get access to your apartment? All those roses.
Gene Knox once had a key to my apartment. Glover lifted it during a layover somewhere and had a duplicate made. That's how he got in and out so easily.
Mei-Ling Johnson got her citizenship by marrying a GI. Apparently, a GI for whom she cared very little, in that she split. He placed a missing persons report on her, which probably explains why she was so upset.
Oh, by the way, Kelly, I've arranged a little surprise for you.
Oh, really? Let me guess. A week in Pango Pango.
No, not quite. I'm giving you flying lessons. What do you think of that?
I think before I answer that, Charlie, you better give me that week in Pango Pango. That way my answer will be much less painful to you.